Hey everybody, welcome back to another Star Trek Fleet Command video. And today, I don't know what to do with my hands. So, there's that. I guess I'll just do the video.
Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo!
Yeah, when you're trying to make videos and you don't know what to do, that's the type of intro you get. So today, we're going to talk about efficiency in game. This is really going to be targeting more the free-to-play and Dolphin players, but honestly the whales as well. It's going to be what research to really go through. You have 4 different research trees now, which means so many options. Actually, more options than you can really do in a year. That's not like hyperbole or anything. It's really... Actually, I used the word like, so that'd be a simile, wouldn't it? Or a metaphor, or words. Cool, not an English professor, just a YouTuber trying to make a living. But anyway, let's talk about research. Right now, you can see I've got defense platforms going here on my main account, and we'll look at 2 different accounts. You know, I'm almost out of titanium, so blew it all on the D4 and have it rated in months. So we're going on these wonderful generators, which are so useful. Like, look there, I got like 70,000 trit. But let's go to our research tree and take a look at the overview of the 4. So first thing I'm going to do is, in my opinion, I'm going to rank the value of each tree 1 through 4. And there's some really good stuff in each one. The most important tree is still the combat one, in my opinion. It is still by far the most important tree for you to grind through, because this is what's going to affect your everyday, no matter what you're doing. This touches more things in game than any of the other trees. Now, I'm not saying that some of the new trees aren't great. I mean, I love the Outlaw Mechanics, which is the repair reduction. I think that's great. There's some really good pieces inside of this, like the bolstered holes, if you can afford it, stuff like that. And if you go way down the list, there's more things here that can be useful. But anyway, we'll save that for another time. Right now, combat tree is still your most important. The second most important to me would be your galaxy tree. And that is because you have so many things in here that are going to increase efficiency, like your gas miner, increases the mining rate of gas. You got the crystal miner, same idea, etc., etc. Titanium, dilithium, these maybe not as important, but you do want as much efficiency as you can get in the 3-star mining. Now, be wary that some of these start costing uncommons. When they're not costing uncommons, there's not really a problem, but as soon as they start costing uncommons, it can be one of those where you debate, is it worth it? One thing I like about the Galaxy Research Tree is you get to stuff like this, and the dilithium might be hard to get, but you're still not using uncommon while getting increases to a lot of these bonuses, whereas other parts of different research trees do actually cost uncommon for similar types of increases. So right now, very nice. Now, with generations, if you want to save money, this is something that you can kind of cut. You know, it's very useful, but is it something that's necessarily needed? I mean, not unless you're just trying to bang away at different, you know, stations and stuff like that, one after the other. Save your money if you don't need to research these, but then you get to the swarm jammers, and these are a must. Like, you've got to get these. These make life so much easier. They do cost dilithium, but once again, no uncommon. That is a beautiful theme to a lot of the Galaxy tree, is it doesn't bleed you for uncommon like a lot of others do. We've talked about the primes where you can get these through, you know, scrapping ships. And say, I think I've got enough for the prime. Yeah, I've got enough to do prime crystal if I wanted to pull more every day. So the Galaxy tree is extremely useful, even as you go farther and farther down. And you even get to a point here where you have attack training for officers, which if you get down here and you still don't have prime officers, this is like giving a free version of prime officers. It's not near as good, but it's still a way to increase your overall effectiveness in game. And then finally, you get way down here, increase the mining rate of crystal. These are actually useful. Now that I've got all 3 factions, I can start working on all 3 faction bonuses, but still really good stuff. I can't do this because I'm not WD-40. WD-40. But anyway, I love the Galaxy trees, the second most important. The third most important, it's close, but I would say the Outlaw Tree, actually. The Outlaw Tree, because of some of the stuff that you get, and because that Outlaw is becoming such an important part of the game. You see, I am not going through it very much because I don't have time to spend all the, I mean, between doing swarms, mining latinum, doing my Borg, which I try to do Borg more than I do anything, and doing regular dailies, this gets left on the back burner for me. I know this is DJ's baby, so Ultimate DJ's podcast has a lot more information on the Stellar Tree. I have a lot of the information, I just don't do it. So it's not that, I mean, everybody's asking me, what's the best loadout for Stella? Well, I can tell you several good Stella loadouts. In fact, the Stella can be extremely good in PvP. Put Kirk Spock Khan on that thing and send it after a couple Saladins and watch it win. Like, it's oddly, not even oddly, I told you when it came out it was going to be a good PvP boot, and it is, even if you don't have it tier 6 or tier 7. But there's some good stuff down here. The enhanced weaponry, which is a PvP bonus, I actually really like. I haven't made it there, obviously, and it's locked at R&D 35. So you kind of got to be either a dolphin or a very, very big free-to-play spender. Which, shout out to Dekix, who is free-to-play. He won his jellyfish event. He's a free-to-play that has an enterprise and is working towards an ISS jelly. Has all the BPs for it. So it is possible. He's also been playing 2 years, and I think this game is his life. I don't think he does anything else anymore. I think he quit life just to be this game. So it is possible, but there is some good stuff down the road. Main points, though, it's hard to really argue this one right here being, for value, incredible. I mean, just anything that reduces repair costs, which has been a pain point in this game for so long. It's a must. And then finally, the most or least valuable is the station. But let's talk about individual pieces inside of that. Particularly primes. Prime resources is something that you can buy with the lithium. It's a must. Prime build speed, prime research speed. I mean, yeah, why am I bugging out here on some of my defense platforms? A new platform is definitely a must. I'm working on a new platform right now. These are shields are the only way to defend in game, but this is something that you always want to work on. And a lot of people have talked about, is it worth doing these defense platform maxings and stuff? To be honest, not really if you're trying to save money. And that's kind of what makes the station research tree so low on the totem pole, is a lot of stuff inside of it, while it does work, I mean, it's useful, it's really throwing money at something and resources into something that just throw a shield up, like station piercing, station accuracy, station armor, shield piercing, and armor piercing. Explorer focus. Do these work? Yes. Do they help? A little bit. You know what actually works? A shield. Because I can max all these out, and somebody's still going to hit me with a pillow and wreck my life. So, would I rather shield or go through all these researches? The answer is shield. Now, accelerators, completely worthless to me. Holdings, completely worthless to me. But you can max these out and they're still not getting near enough to actually be doing anything. A 125% bonus, and you look here, already cost me way more dilithium than I'm even able to hold. So what's the point of that? Dilithium security, look at that price, and only giving me a small increase? That's not worth it. And that's the thing I have with the station research tree, is a lot of those end up being like that, where it's just not worth it. Look here, even get into the tech factions. This is 50 uncommon for a 6% bonus, which does matter, it does help. But 50 uncommon, which only does titanium and dilithium efficiency, the only reason I'll do this is because I want to do Romulan repair costs, to lower the cost of my auger. That's the only reason. They're really not worth getting. A lot of the trees not worth getting. Prime repair speed, you kind of don't need it now that you got the augment tree. I mean, yes, it helps, but remember, this works off a base, so it's not a true 100%. It's 100% off the base repair time. So what you find is the higher up you go, the higher level you get, the less efficient this actually becomes. If you spend $100 on this early, as you get your dock to say level 38 and you have that massive bonus, I'll actually take you to my dock at level 37 and show you what that bonus is. That bonus starts riding together. It's not a 100% period. It's a 100% off base. So you have all these other things that are building on top of it. So here's my 37, which gives me a 140 repair speed bonus and a 110% cost efficiency bonus at 37. So this is literally more valuable than that prime. Yes, the prime adds on to it, but you get a diminishing return the stronger you get in the game. So that makes that research tree just not as valuable. The station one simply has too many pieces worth skipping. Now, on the flip side, going back to what I said was the most popular, best tree, it's this one, the combat tree. Everything in it needs to be done. All of it. The only thing that you might skip are the prime piercing and prime defense, but literally everything in this tree has immediate value in your game. Station piercing is probably one of the few things you can argue about skipping. One of the few. Almost every, even here, where you get to the faction research, This matters. Increasing it for the D4, getting the modulated, some more shield deflection for your Enterprise, and even here for the battleships, more armor for your Augur. Don't know what that was, but this is actually worth it. These are good. Klingon firepower, a direct increase to weapon damage. It might be 5% and it's ungodly expensive, but it works. And anything that increases your overall damage in this game is worth it, is good. The entire station tree is not. The entire galaxy tree is not. The entire outlaw tree is not. Literally all but 2 researches in combat tree is. Focus on combat tree. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps. If you have direct questions about research, even how some of them work, comment section below. As always, live long and prosper. Stay safe out there, Space Cowboys, and we'll catch you on the next video for Star Trek Fleet Command. An even better outro than the intro. Yeah!